video, this little project. So we're going to play the video first. We're going to switch things up a little bit tonight so that everyone can watch the video, listen to this song, kind of get into what's going on, and then we're going to have our guest in, and then we're going to talk about it. So everyone sit back and relax, and here we go.
I want to get across there and still do what I do. We're going to have to do a beat that sounds like this. We'll do this. Exactly.
I feel amazing, don't got no diamonds on me, but I got THC crystals on this hair weed that I'm blazing. Know I was meant to be free, they'll eventually see that I'm up, started out in the basement. Cold like the weather, they say that I'm changing. Hold on, do better, got no explanation. So disappointed, that's not how I raised them, not how I wait. Look up, I see the silver lining, wait. They say my aura is too blind to hate. I got the loud, I can't be silent, sweat. Look out the window, cause I'm feeling pain. The feeling is insane. They tryna bust me, it can't be contained. They all the same. They some clones, they just copy and paste. They follow the way.
I don't know why they be hating on me. I don't know why they be waiting on me. I don't know why they be hating on me. I don't know why they 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 hating on me. Shit about the head fan, lost translation. Still living my dream, live for the cream. Pushing get hard since 17. Backpacker, now New York vegan. Giving thanks on the Thanksgiving. Born cold turkey, but I'm on tour web. Started from Austin, back to Japan. Shows overseas, caught human trafficking. Hell breaks through frame face. Hell, pushing my people, pushing my label. Dragging my enemies, rising from hell. Haters feel me, that's for real. Spit haikus, scripture guru. That's that shit, no boogaloo. I teach you organize and rhyme too. Look at my dad, I see the truth. Why they be hating on me? I don't know why they be hating on me. I don't know why they be waiting on me. I don't know why they be hating on me. I don't know why they 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 hating on me. Yeah. Guess who's coming to dinner, bro? Meet the rhyme El Chapo. Blowing up kick El Castillo. No espacioso muy serio. Por la tienda tu do it for the commune, that's what. People got my back from east to west. Still dreaming Martin Luther King. Thailand, Japan, New York. You got fans, but I got fams. Homes loved by few, hated by most. Staying real young, heart of gold. On my minimum wage. In the book of life, I fill my page. When I go do Jimmy Page. I'm on a rampage.
Okay, welcome back. Here we go. That is a very powerful message. Oh, and he's cracking up here. Are we good?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Is my connection bad or?
I don't know, Jesse, as he's the station manager, does this connection seem okay? Did you hear the video okay?
It was breaking up in parts, but I don't know, maybe it's my connection over here. I'm not sure.
All right, we'll continue. And then if you find there's too much distractions or like things just aren't going well, what we can do is we can always reschedule. That's not a problem. There is problem. Oh, let's see what's going on.
Okay. Hold on. Can I connect it to a different server? I kind of connected it to extender, so maybe that's the problem. Hold on.
Okay. yeah, I guess we'll see. He's got an issue going on. So this is what happens when we have guests from out of the country. So we'll see what we can do here. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try that for a little bit. Again, if things just kind of go all wonky and things aren't good, then like I said, we can reschedule and then we'll have the full thing going on, because I want to give everybody, make sure that they have their good interview. So we're going to continue, Jesse. We're going to continue and we'll see how this goes. If there's continual disturbances, then we will reschedule, but otherwise we're good. Okay, so we watched the video, and I was going to say, it is a very, very powerful message.
Thank you.
You're welcome. With me this evening is Omen44. Welcome to the show. Please fully introduce yourself and let us know, a little bit about yourself, whether you want to speak a little bit about yourself personally, or if you would like to continue about more of your artist life. Either or would be great.
Okay, I go by Omen44. My 5% name is Culture Freedom Allah from the number 44. My parents are from Japan, and I am an American citizen, yes. I've been working overseas. I'm not just an MC, but I am a promoter too, and I DJ in some of the locations too. I brought out quite a lot of artists to Japan too in the past. And I just had a video out, which was a mixtape video a month ago. It goes by Hentai DJ Minoyama Mix. I want you to check that out, definitely. You can check me out on Instagram and Twitter. It's under Omen44. The 44 part is alphabet, so it's OMENFOUR. Yes. That's about it.
Okay. I was like, okay. Well, everyone wants to share what they want to share, which is good. I know. I like to look into the artists that I interview, but I don't like to look too much into them because I want them to share everything that they have to say. Otherwise, if I know too much, I was like, oh yeah, so you're a DJ and you do this, and I end up taking over the show. And I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So I kind of like, I always listen to the music just kind of before the shows and things like that, because then it also, I watch the video too, kind of like before the shows so that I get a fresh idea of it. So that way, yeah, because otherwise, like if I watch it too many times, it's like, okay, well, yeah, whatever. And then it becomes old news. Or I watch it when someone sends it to me, and then I'll forget about it until the interview.
That's true. You need that freshness all the time.
Right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta watch that again. But yeah, I like your video. I love how you're showing, because it's called Hate.
Yes, that's true.
Is it specifically against racial hate or general hate?
We made this after that incident in Atlanta happened with the shooting at the spa, Korean spa. Yeah, so at the beginning the other girl, she goes by Chelsea Reject. She's from Brooklyn, New York. So we were trying to make this remix song, but we didn't really intend to make it about racial issue, about political stuff really. But it was strange because when, because I asked her to make a hook, like talking about, not high haters, but like something like a message of fuck you, haters or
This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry, was it all right to use the F word? Okay, I just wanted to be appropriate and polite, I didn't want to do something to mess up the show or anything. Sorry about that.
I like to keep it to a minimum. However, it's going to happen because sometimes in the music with artists, it's going to happen. Also, sometimes just in general, like it's an expression. And so I don't want to completely take it out of context. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be in a context. And when you're going to be talking about hate, obviously words are going to come out.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like to just keep it to a minimum. I've had artists come out and then they just swear continuously. And I'm like, well, let's not just have that. So, but yeah.
Okay. So let me get back. So like, so we weren't trying to make it something political, but she came up with the hook part, saying, I don't know why they hating on me, I don't know why they be hating on me and all that. Yeah. So, and even with my lyrics, it was kind of strange because it might be that we Asians, we really don't like, we are Americans, basically. I'm an American citizen, but like, yeah. At one point, we don't feel really granted in this country. Like we don't really, we kind of feel isolated in a strange way. Okay. Not isolated, but like not part of it. And maybe because of that, even with the lyrics, it was talking about racial things, from the beginning.
Let's go back for 1 second. How do you feel like you're left out? What is the feelings on that? Is it because you look different?
No, the thing is we're minorities, just simply we're minorities,
Okay. I just wanted to kind of make that clear for our audience. Okay.
I'm a member of the 5%ers, but 5%ers, one more thing, 5%ers are not a religious group. It's just a community, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And we talk in certain ways, and that's all there is to it. But the thing was with 5%er, we Asians are actually 5%ers out here, people don't realize it, but like, especially living in this metro area and in the city, you don't realize that, but like, we're minorities really, and with this happening, happening in Atlanta, and even with all this stuff happening with Asian folks since Trump addressed that Kung Flu thing and all that, these hate was on us, and some of us stood up for that, shout out to China Mac and them, they were making these demonstrations and making these protests too. And, it's a brave thing to do. And at the same time, we are minorities, but at the same time, we got to speak up, speak up and speak out, and let people know how what we're feeling, and at the same time, this is the country of, the home of the brave and the opportunity, and I would just want people to share that feeling,
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing, and even with the lyrics, I didn't really intend to write those kind of stuff, but I mean, it wasn't politically intended, but the thing that I threw in, like, guess who's coming to dinner? That was a film from the 50s or 60s about this white lady bringing in a Afro-American to her house and introducing them to their parents and getting married and all that. And yes, quoting that Martin Luther line even, So, it's a new decade, and at the same, even with this Black Lives Matter, movement, you know, yes, you know, these Afro-Americans, they were, you know, they were slaved for 400 years, you know, and these Asian folks, we're just acknowledging what the fear was back then, you know. And when we think about this, you know, even with the thing that happened in Charlotte, with the extremist rally and stuff, you know, that's a threatening thing, you know, for us colored folks, you know. It's this is like 2000, you know, it's a modern age, you know, no one can really benefit out of, I mean, discriminating about us, really, you know. You have all sorts of people that's in the that's in the market, you know. You gotta be flexible to that, you know. You gotta sell to every folks, you know. This whole world is your market nowadays, you know. And some, you know, you can't just, yeah. Well, I don't think it'll benefit anybody. That's my bottom line, really.
When did you guys decide to put, like, when did you start making this video? And, well, I should say you started, of course, with the music. When did you guys get this idea together?
Yes, it happened when the whole thing went down, when around that time when the Atlanta shooting happened. When was that?
So was it like right away, or did you guys just kind of like, you know, decide, okay, it's been like a month, let's make something? Or did you like, I want to put this into action, let's do this, we need to get our word out right now?
No, the thing was, you know, it was around that time, it happened so perfectly that I needed to address it like that. Like, you know, it came in a perfect timing. You know, it wasn't like we saw the shooting going on, we saw the hate thing going on. I made this lyric like a while ago, like two years ago or something.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was just because of that. Oh, okay. Oh, so it wasn't the Atlanta shooting that made you write it. You had already started doing this because of this discrimination that was happening already.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, the thing was, you know, it's strange because, you know, I do put those kind of social issues inside my lyrics too. You know, I guess that's where us Asians are at this moment, even. Because I wrote about the Charlotte extremist rally about too. You know, like I was writing. What was I writing? You know, I was writing.
So it kind of came out at a really good time because, like, well, for me, like, I'm up in Canada, of course, but, you know, we had the Black Lives Matter stuff first. All that kind of came out last year. And then it was all like Asian hate had just sort of been a newer thing. So watching the video, of course, like, you know, you can see the banners that are up, like Black Lives Matters and Asian, you know, the Asian hate and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I was like, well, was this newer? Because I thought, you know, it hit what's happening now, kind of a
yes,
thing.
it did.
Yeah. So going back, now it's like, okay, well, you're addressing the issues that actually happened or started. Well, it's been happening all along for quite a while, but you wanted to start it. You started a couple of years ago and you're like, okay, let's get this message out. So you started writing this 2 years ago. When did you do the video though?
The video was it was recently recorded. The video was, when did I do the video? I gotta check the timeline here, you know.
Right, I know. It's like, okay.
It was I think it was around March though.
This year?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so why did you wait so long to release it?
No, actually, when I released it actually on the April 6th.
Oh.
Yes, it was a while ago.
Okay. So why did, again, so when did you start doing the video? Like, when did you record it?
We recorded her vocals we recorded Chelsea Rejects vocals in March, and then we did the video shoot like a week after, 2 weeks after, maybe.
Okay.
It
So
was
I'm
quick.
gonna-
It was quick.
Yeah. So why did you choose Chelsea to be in the video? Or was
That's a
it?
good point.
Pardon?
That's a good point.
You know, why didn't you just be like, oh, I'm going to do this myself?
You know, till Chelsea, right? I never. You know. I have some chat projects in Japanese, and I have some projects in English, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I never featured a female rapper in an English, composition.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I get it.
so it was my first time having a female artist rapping in English.
Okay.
I have done it in Japanese, and she goes by Maria, which is in this group called Similabo in Japan. But besides that, I never really done it before. And
Okay.
I've been supporting her for a while. I brought her to Japan. We done shows in New York. She's been around for a while, and I've been supporting her for a while too. But I thought this was the perfect timing, perfect remix for her to come in with, for this album called Hentai even.
Okay.
I was always looking for a space for her to come in even, the thing was, I am a New York rapper. I'm most of the stuff is boom bap too. In a way, you have certain style and you have certain degree to it, and I'm trying to be very lyrical with my content too, and at one point putting a female rapper, she's a nice rapper.
Yeah,
and, at the same time, I wanted to give her the best exposure that I can give her to Japan and to my following too. So I was looking for that point, and even with this hate issue, with the Black Lives Matter issue, with the Asian hate issue, it all came together. Even with that guy in Atlanta, when he went on that murder spree, he was aiming at Asian women basically. So it wasn't about just Asians. It was about women. It was about women too. It was about women's rights. And how women are treated in a certain way. Because this guy actually
perfect. Her coming in was just having the women figure in there, and then just that's wonderful.
Like,
that's beautiful. Actually.
Yes, because like whatchamacallit, even with women, he actually thought these spots were like place that which he thought he can get some different services out of it. But I don't want to be specific with those stuff right now, but
I think we kind of know.
Yeah, so in a way, so I mean, that is already in a sense not racism, but like mistreating women in a way.
Yeah, the disrespect that can happen in our society.
We all are horny out here. We all have lust. We all have certain degree of desires. But we have to all control that in a certain way. And like him being a Christian, that is no excuse. I mean, just because he thought he was tempted by the woman, he can just go out and kill all these women. I mean,
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know, like, hate can also be, like you have kind of like the cardinal sins in your video there, and it's true. Hatred can cause a lot of different sins in different people that can happen. Of course, anger can lead into lust. If they don't get what they want, then they're going to take over someone. Basically, that's kind of like the stringent of it, because they get impatient, and then they're not feeding themselves the lust that they want, and so they're going to go and they're angry, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go and get what I want because no one's giving it to me. So I think it's also something in our society that we don't see all the time, is like having these things talked about enough. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of some content people that are on there, and little videos that they have up, and they are talking about kind of different issues like sins and stuff in the Bible and things like that. I do think we kind of need to bring it a little bit more back into society. I'm not trying to push, anything on anyone, but I am Catholic. I believe in all that kind of stuff, but it does teach us the basics in life of how to have a bit of that self-control, and how, if we can control maybe just our anger, then it won't lead us to that path of like, okay, well, I'm angry and I'm going to go out and take it out on someone who made me angry. Like, okay, maybe it was the guy's mom. Okay, well, I'm going to go out because I don't like women now, and
Yeah, that's true.
that kind of thing.
Like,
So
there's this vicious circle that's going around, that one man gets angry to another, and then he gets angry to another, and we got to stop that spiral. That's totally true. And yes, even with you, addressing yourself as a Catholic, that's an important thing. Yes, and the Christians, they talk about the 7 sins, and even in the Muslim world, they talk about the 4 snakes, jealousy, envy, lust, and hate. Even with the Zen Buddhism, they talk about how lust can affect his clarity with and it will make it insufficient, like living through it, and taking that off, taking that material, all these desires, and getting rid of that. It will make your boat lighter, and you can travel more faster, in a sense.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, so I'm glad that you had that in your video. I know it was a very short type of a clip in there, but when you actually really watch it and you see what's going on, it's like a perfect thing. Just have it in there where it's like, all this kind of, the other sins can make us want to get angry and start that hatred. So you can kind of see maybe whoever it was had one of those things and it turned into that hate. And that's why, okay, well, maybe he was jealous of Asians, or maybe he was jealous of Black people, or this or that. And that's why, or maybe
he had a bad day or something. That's true.
You never know. They say you can't judge anyone because you just don't understand what's going on with them. But it's still no excuse to just go and just murder someone or have these hate crimes. Like, sit back and kind of look at yourself first before you go out and decide to do these things. But when it builds up and builds up and builds up, people don't have that clarity. It's gone. So I think that's totally incredible that you had that in there. And I commend you for putting it in there, because not too many people will touch up on those subjects. And it's something that it's universal. It really is. So I really love that. And I love that Chelsea.
So, these are things that we will have to address in the future, even with alphabet people. I shouldn't say alphabet people, but like, with the pride and all that going on, I mean, like, they won't, I have nothing on them, but like, there's certain degrees. Like, do you allow them to adopt a child? Okay, if they're adopting a child, is it better for them to adopt a child that's a different gender from them, or
different
things like that, small things, but like, and and I heard that like even the Pope was like, not addressing it was all right, but like he was acknowledging there were people that liked the same gender and stuff, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you know, we have to deal with all these multiplicity and, you know, so many things that's going on in this world. And this is going to have, we're going to have more issues in the future, you know, small
Absolutely.
detail.
Yeah.
But, you know, every time we have to just face it and just like, you know, embrace it too, you know.
Mhm.
And at the same time, not get caught into that unscientific, you know, all these conspiracy things with the QAnon and all that going on, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and even with like these podcasts or YouTubes and stuff, you know, people can watch what they want to watch at the end of the day, you know. So they can just, you know, brainwash themselves in a strange way nowadays because of this
Yeah.
multiplicity and all these things that's going on.
Well, you know what I like about videos like yours is that music is universal. And so even if, let's say someone is maybe, you know, you can either do one of two things. Either you can listen to music or you can watch the music video. So when you're listening to it, you're not going to see all the images that are flashing that you have up, but this or that. They wouldn't see the sins written up there. They wouldn't see that part. So it's good that, you know, whoever's watching it will catch that as well. And you're giving those messages across the whole board in different ways of seeing it. But whoever's listening to it, they may go, oh, you know, I really want to check out his video and see what else is out there that he put out. And then they catch the extra things. So making something like that really gives that bonus of like extra content, you know, behind the scenes. So it's really nice to be able to have a video like that out there. And like I said, I really do commend you for putting something out that is something like that, that isn't just Asian. It's not just Black lives, it's hate in general. By putting it up there, yes, okay, this is the stuff that we're dealing with in society now, but really.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do want to address that part too. Like, you know, the T-shirt that I was wearing was Pink Floyd, actually.
Yeah, I saw that.
And if people listen to my lyric, you know, when I go do a little Jimmy Page, I'm on a rampage. So Jimmy Page is from Red Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, people got to understand where I come from and what kind of music I listen to, even, you know.
Well, that's a thing too. Yeah. Like I think to have, sorry.
Yes, sorry. Okay. So like I listen to Pink Floyd, I listen to, you know, Red Zeppelin, who else? Nancy Sinatra, you know, things like that, you know, like, and I want people to know that like music is universal. When it hits you, you feel no pain, you know, like it's just good, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, it's kind of like having little Easter eggs in your video.
Yes, man.
Right? Which is good because I like artists that I interview. I always kind of tell them like, whatever your audience is, kind of see like what you want to do. If you want to give them a little bit of your personal life, you have to kind of decide like how much you want to give them, you know.
Yes.
But it's also like, you know, like we said, music is universal and it's so cool and amazing. It's good to share like, okay, well, I do like Pink Floyd, I do like this. And if someone else has that same connection, they're watching the video and they're like, oh, he's wearing a Pink Floyd shirt. They're either going to go, hey, I love Pink Floyd, or they're going to be like, where did he get that shirt?
Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to wrap up because we only have like about a minute or here. So,
okay.
Is there anything else that you wanted to quickly, like either shout out someone, or do you have a piece of advice or anything you want to
I just wanted to make a shout out for my new video that I just came out. It's a 30-minute long mixed video. I combined all the video from the album called the Hentai, and it's all inside there. There's quite a nice graphics there from all these collages we made it from samurai movies and stuff from the 60s, 70s to these Japanese like Coca-Cola commercials. We chopped it up and just incorporated it to the video. Yes, I definitely want you guys to check that out. It's on YouTube. It's called Hentai DJ Minoyama Mix. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And then where can everyone find you real quick?
Okay, it's on. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. It's OMENFOUR Omen44 as in alphabet, and you can find me on SoundCloud. I have my label channel there, the Plug International. I have the YouTube, the Plug channel, the Plug International channel. I have the Audio Mac that's under the Plug International, and Mixcloud under the Plug International.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so very much for coming on Connected with Carrie. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Carrie.
Forward to seeing your mixed little tape video thing coming up. Make sure you guys send it to me. I would love to see that. And congratulations on all your endeavors and good luck with everything coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have a great night. Thank you again for coming on Connected with Carrie.
All right, peace. Jess FM,
So,
Underground Radio C.
Bowman 44. Follow him.
All right, peace.
All right.